Okay, this is Yum Dude, and we are making the full-fat version of our delicious citrusy, savory yuzu dressing, dipping sauce, and just overall amazingly tasty topper. All right, to start, we have 60 grams of melted butter in our bowl, and to that we are going to add a half teaspoon of garlic powder. We are going to add 1/8 teaspoon of coriander, and we will add 1/4 teaspoon of ginger, 1/4 teaspoon of powdered coriander, a dash of salt and pepper, and a half teaspoon of yuzu shojo. Again, yuzu shojo is a mixture of yuzu zest, salt, and green chili, and is available online or wherever fine Asian ingredients are to be found. Now that everything is in the bowl, all that's left is to give it a good mix. The longer you let this sit, the better it will be in the warm butter. It'll give a chance for the flavors to incorporate and just increase their deliciousness. And the thing to remember about using pure butter mixes is that they will solidify to a certain extent as they cool down. So you probably want to use those warm and fresh and enjoy. All right. Okay, we are making the medium calorie version of our delicious, savory, citrusy yuzu dipping sauce, dressing, all around vegetable and anything you want topper. To start, we have 30 grams of butter melted in a bowl. And to that, we are going to add another 30 grams of sour cream. The sour cream is fatty, delicious, creamy, and will basically almost half the calories that you're putting in there. So on to seasoning. We are going to take a half teaspoon of garlic powder because garlic is delicious. We will take 1/8 teaspoon of coriander powder, drop it right in there. And then we will take 1/4 teaspoon of ginger, 1/4 teaspoon of coriander. We're going to add to that a dash of salt and pepper, or a pinch. You may want to experiment around with that, get it to the way that you like it. And then we will take a half teaspoon of rice vinegar, drop it right in there. And then we will take a half teaspoon of yuzu shojo and put that in there as well. So yuzu shojo is just a mix of yuzu zest, green chili, and salt, and it is available online if you can't find it at your local supermarket or Asian market. It's really delicious. There's nothing quite like it. And once you've got everything in the bowl, we're just going to go ahead and give that a little bit of a mix. So when you're dealing with pure butter, you may have a problem with emulsifying things, which is to say that the spices stay suspended perfectly in the mix. It's not really so much of a problem when you use sour cream. The more you blend it, the more consistent the mixture becomes, and it will probably not separate on you. So just give that a good mix. It might stiffen up a little as it cools. So you probably want to use this sooner than later. You could just go ahead and coat your vegetables or put it in a warm bowl on the plate and enjoy. Thanks for watching. Welcome to another episode of Yum Dude. Today we will be continuing our yuzu dressing dipping sauce series where we have a savory, citrusy, delicious yuzu topping for vegetables, for salads, for meat, really anything you want to dip and or coat with delicious yuzu-y flavor. All right, to start, we're going to be making the lowest cal version. We're going to take 60 grams or approximately 4 tablespoons of sour cream, and we will add that to our bowl, just like so. And then we'll start seasoning it. We are going to take a half teaspoon of garlic powder because it's delicious. Just drop that right in there. We are going to take 1/8 of a teaspoon of cardamom. Just put that on there. And then we will take a 1/4 teaspoon of ginger, of coriander. We're going to add a pinch of salt and pepper, or a dash, however you measure. You might need to play around with it to your taste over time. And we will just add another half teaspoon of rice vinegar to it. And we will add a half teaspoon of yuzu shojo. All right, so yuzu shojo is available in Asian supermarkets. You can get it online and maybe in some specialty supermarkets. It's a flavor unlike other citrusy things. It has yuzu zest in there, green chili and salt, and it is delicious. So now that we have our ingredients in the bowl, we're just going to give that a really good mix, consolidating all the ingredients with my handy dandy mixing chopstick. If you don't use chopsticks for mixing small things, you should start. It is really handy way to do it. So just mix it all up, and if you want, let it sit a few minutes before eating or using. That will help consolidate the flavors. Give it a taste. See if you'd like to add more salt, pepper, if you want a stronger yuzu flavor coming through, if you want to add more garlic. And that's basically it. Quick, easy, delicious, low calorie. Thanks for watching. Please like and or subscribe. Always looking for your comments and requests whenever you have them. Thank you. Okay, this is Yum Dude, and we are making a yuzu salad dressing. This is the full fat version, recipe 4 of 5 in the yuzu series. It is a vinegar and oil-based savory yuzu citrusy and delicious sauce, perfect for salads and veg. Also in this series, low fat, full fat dipping sauces and butter spread variations. As always, the recipe, calories, and macros appear at the end of this video. Okay, let's get started. First, we have 3 tablespoons of vegetable oil. We're not using olive oil here because really nice olive oil may have an amazing flavor to it, but that amazing flavor may overpower the yuzu or just otherwise make it not as nice. So in this case, we're using pure sunflower oil. It's very light, very neutral. And to that, we are going to add 1 tablespoon of rice vinegar. You can use white vinegar if you don't have rice vinegar. And then we will get started with our ingredients. Now, because you are making a salad dressing, you can use fresh garlic and ginger if you want. You can just use a micro grater or crusher and just add them in pretty much the same amounts. And you're just gonna get a fresher, sharper flavor. But if you're busy, If you don't have time to run to the grocery store and you have the spices on hand, you can still get a delicious flavor. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to start with a half teaspoon of garlic powder. We're just going to add that in. And we will take 1/8 teaspoon of cardamom, drop that in there. And then we will take 1/4 teaspoon of ginger and coriander and add those just like so. And then we will add our yuzu shojo. So yuzu shojo is a paste of yuzu zest, green chili, and salt. It's available at specialty supermarkets. You can get it online. I get mine from Amazon actually. And it is just really delicious. If you've never had it, I suggest you give it a try. So once we have all the ingredients in the bowl, we're just going to mix well, making sure to break up the yuzu and give everything a good mix. Now, the yuzu shojo has salt in it already, so we're not adding salt at this stage. We're just mixing everything to incorporate it, and when it's fully mixed, we're just going to give that a taste. And if we determine that it needs some extra salt or pepper, we can just add a pinch of that and give it another mix. Give it another taste. Maybe we want our yuzu flavor to be stronger. We can add another 1/4 or half teaspoon of yuzu in there if we want. And just again, mix and incorporate. Now the thing about the vinaigrette, the vinegar and oil salad dressing, is it's going to want to separate over time. And that's not always convenient. It's not always great for the final experience. So if we want the salad dressing to stick together, what we can do is we can just take a teaspoon, there's a half teaspoon, and another half teaspoon of just ordinary everyday mayonnaise, and give that a mix. And initially you may find that looks like it's not mixing at all, it's not mixing well. So you just want to give that a rapid stir and just keep stirring, and you're going to see that this will eventually get creamier and thicker and more like a Caesar salad dressing or creamy dressing, but still with the yuzu flavor. So you'll give that a mix, and you'll wait a minute or two and give it another mix, and you'll see very quickly that it will thicken up, but you do need to give it a couple minutes and a couple chances at mixing, and it will come together. If it's still not thick enough after, say, 5 minutes of mixing and waiting, then add a bit more mayo, not too much, and give it another go. So once you're done, give it a final taste. Try not to get too much on the counter, and you're ready to enjoy. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. Okay, this is Young Dude, and we are making a yuzu butter spread. This is the full fat, full butter version, recipe 5 of 5, a butter-based, savory, yuzu, citrusy, and delicious spread. Perfect for all your spreadable needs. Also in this series, yuzu butter dipping sauce, lower fat and lowest fat versions, and salad dressing. As always, the recipe, calories, and macros appear at the end of this video. Okay, we are starting with 60 grams of unsalted butter, and to that we are going to add 1/2 teaspoon of garlic, 1/8 teaspoon of cardamom, 1/4 teaspoon of ginger, 1/4 teaspoon of coriander. Of course, you can use fresh ginger and garlic if you want a slightly fresher, sharper flavor. But if you're busy and don't have time, the powdered ingredients are just fine. And then you are going to want to take 1/2 teaspoon of Yuzu Shoujo and add that just like that. You can find Yuzu Shoujo online or at your specialty supermarket. And if you're using unsalted butter, this is at room temperature, by the way, so it's pre-softened. You might want to add some black pepper and or salt. Keep in mind that the Yuzu Shoujo is salty already, so you might just want to mix it first and give it a taste. So once everything is in there, don't be afraid. Just get your fingers in there and give this a good mix. And I like to wear gloves for this part. It would be pretty gross just to use your fingers. Certainly doesn't feel super awesome. So just keep mixing and mixing, working that into your butter. And when it's all incorporated, you can give that a quick taste. So depending on how you feel the flavor is developed, you can add more of any of the ingredients, whether that's yuzu or salt and pepper. And now you have a butter that's suitable for spreading versus dipping. And it has a little bit better consistency than if you just melted the butter into a liquid and then re-solidified it. It's just not going to be as nice that way. And that's it. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.